you guys, Aaron here, and I'm doing a Michonne X roadmap playthrough, walkthrough, whatever you want to call it. Now, people in the forums were complaining that the roadmap was too hard, it required too many balloons. So Scopely did actually respond to that with an in-game message saying that I guess people were misled and thought that 30 balloons would unlock the whole roadmap for like the whole period of time and not just for the 10 minutes. Which, I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious to me that it was only for 10 minutes, but Scopely did say that we're compensating people with 30 balloons, which I'm not going to complain about that. For this whole event, there's been so many problems with the roadmaps not popping up, or people not getting the proper gear in their inventory and that kind of stuff. But I will say that Scopely has compensated everyone properly, I mean, and I can't complain about that. I mean, there shouldn't be these issues in the first place. I don't know if they don't like have enough playtesters or whatever it is, but whatever. I think the event's kind of sorted itself out now. We're about like 4 or 5 days in. I'm at like 50 pulls right now, so all for free, by the way, just grinding the roadmaps up. So this event is definitely free to play because you only need 72 pulls to get the guaranteed Michonne. And then within that 72 pulls, you're getting a bunch of S-class items too. So overall, I think it's a pretty good event. Hopefully they do one with the yellow flags because there's still those like they pop up in the inventory. Obviously, you can't acquire them yet, so we'll see where that goes. Onto this roadmap here. 22 stages in total, 3 acts. The first act is 6 stages, and then the second and third act are 8 stages apiece. It took me 90 balloons to finish this, which is a decent amount of balloons, I must say. 826 total energy needed, so about 8 or 9 world energy cans, depending on where your energy is starting off the roadmap. It took me like about, I want to say somewhere between 25 and 30 minutes to complete this roadmap, so make sure you leave yourself enough time. I ran this one team the whole time, no matter if it was a walker or human stage, which there are some stages that are both, so that's why I ran this team, because this team is high crit, high damage, so it was good against walkers and humans. So obviously, Disarm Tune is needed, and a Guardian Tune is super useful. Highly recommend a Disarm and Guardian Tune, no matter who it is. I mean, I would have preferred to have Holly on this because she has a better AR than Rick does, because she heals and revives, and then with the elusive, which is nice. But Rick was enough for this. If you have James, he's probably like one of the best tunes to have for this, because obviously high crit, so he's super useful. He does a huge amount of damage too. I mean, Krista's obviously useful for this too, but James was perfect for this because he's super useful against walkers and humans. And if you have Diego, highly recommend using him. The minus 65 defense is awesome, but I know not everyone has him, so I don't really know a free-to-play tune that would replace him. Like honestly, if I didn't have this Diego, I probably would have had to use another 30 balloons to complete this roadmap because the human stages would have taken way longer. Just being honest. But overall, the roadmap wasn't too insane. If you're free to play, like completely free to play, and you don't have any like, I don't know, if you don't have like some of these better tunes in the game, I'd just recommend saving your balloons and using them on poles instead. If you have like full S class team, you probably could get it done within 60 balloons. There's no way anyone's completing this roadmap in 10 minutes. It's just like, I don't think it's possible, even with full S class tunes, and even like full platinum mods. Like it's like impossible. 60 balloons are definitely doable though. There are some waves that are just one walker, like one walker wave, which is nice. Or I mean, there's some stages that are one walker wave. They appear more. I think there's like one in Act 3 or two in Act 3, and there's one in Act 2, I think, something like that. So those are super nice. They're like freebie waves, kind of. So, I mean, the walker stages are pretty easy to get through. Human stages take a little bit longer. Some of them you can definitely, depending on what team you're running. If you're running a shield, which I didn't do, you probably could just auto it all. And if you had like a good healer revive tune with you, you probably could auto the human stages. But I made sure to play through them because I don't want to like waste world energy or anything like that. Because it is a lot of cans to go through. Now, when this event started, I had like 230 cans saved up, or 220 cans, something like that. And now I'm at like 180, I think. So I've been going through my cans a huge amount of cans. It's a good thing I've been saving up, waiting for one day where they hopefully do like a farmable roadmap event or something, and they finally done it. It's not really farmable roadmap, but well, I guess it is kind of farmable. It wasn't the farmable I was thinking of. Like, I was waiting for like that Telltale event, like the original Telltale event, where it's just one roadmap, you keep farming it over and over again and get tokens, and then just do pulls. Simple event like that is what we need in this game. I mean, this event is great too, but just a Telltale event like that would be awesome. But this event is also a huge grind, still, but it's pretty doable for free to play. Unless you just have like 0 world energy cans, then it might be a little bit more tough. But overall, like I said, it wasn't insanely difficult. If you have Diego, you're set for the human stages, and then James also just demolishes teams. In Act 3, there were some interesting stages. So there's one stage where it's just it's a one wave, it's a single Negan, but he has insane stats. Like, I think he has like 18,500 health, I think 16,000 or 17,000 defense, and then about 14,500 attack. So he was pretty insane, not gonna lie. He would one-shot tunes for sure, or at least one-shot tough tunes for sure. But it was one single tune, which you'll see it later on in the video. So it's kind of a weird stage. But I guess it was kind of like a freebie stage, because like it was easy to kill, obviously, because he had no mods on him. And then the last stage is 6 waves. So the last stage of Act 3, 6 waves, 5 waves walkers, and then the very last wave is a full S-class team you have to fight. So I didn't properly check their weapons or anything. I think they just had their default weapons, unupgraded or anything like that. No mods. So if you have confused tunes, taunt tunes, and that kind of stuff, it's not too difficult. But like I said, if you're like free to play strictly, you don't have any like super good tunes, stay away from this map. Even in general, I really don't think this roadmap is worth it. It's only 150 of whatever S-class item you want in that crate. If it was at least maybe like 400, 300 maybe, or 300 is a little bit low, maybe like 350, it might be worth it, but 150 is way too low, in my opinion at least. They should have upped it, because for the difficulty of the roadmap, it is pretty decently difficult, I'd say. And it requires a lot of like time. Like, it took me almost half an hour to complete this. Obviously this video sped up, because like I'm not uploading a half an hour video of you watching Road to Survival gameplay. Even 15 minutes was, I think this video is going to be like 14-15 minutes long. That's still too long, honestly. But I did try to speed it up as much as possible. But yeah, like I said, ran the same team the whole time. Disarm tune, Guardian tune, James, super useful. I think most people have Rick, I think. Rick was a legacy tune, I believe, so a lot of people have him. I think most people have a Disarm tune, at least Earl or Bruce or Michonne by now. You definitely should have Earl. If you didn't have a Disarm tune and you didn't pick up Earl in the legacy store, I don't know what you're doing, because you definitely need a Disarm tune to compete against some of these teams. Also be careful for reflect damage. You saw on that one, that matchup right there. My James died to reflect damage, which, I mean, I don't really care about 3-starring every stage. I'm just trying to get through it as fast as possible. So I did take 90 balloons, like I said. It's hard to say if it's worth it or not, because like most likely 150 whatever S-class items is going to be more than I would have gotten with the 90 balloons, which is 9 pulls. But at the same time, in 9 pulls I could have gotten that one crate that gives you 130 S-class items, and then we'll have 8 other chances at whatever 10 of S-class items or whatever, maybe the other bag that gives you 30. So it's kind of hard to say. You can't really predict it. You don't know what the odds are going to be like. So, but I think in general, I don't think this roadmap is super worth it. Especially just playing this game, just playing stages in a roadmap for half an hour is just, it's not the most entertaining thing in the world, not gonna lie. But, oh well. You can see there are some 6-star teams, regular 6-star teams. I think their stats they're a little bit buffed up, but not super bad. They weren't too bad. The Walker stages are super easy. Obviously, I think everyone has like good Walker teams now. If you don't, you're probably just new to the game, I guess. I don't know. But with crit mods and crit weapons now, then a crit leader, super useful. The one thing that did slow me down though, you can see in these Walker stages, I am using an all melee team, and this is the Negan wave I was talking about. You see, you one shot that Tyrese. Stats are pretty insane. But with the Walker stages, I'm using all melee team, so at points I was slowed down because of the barricades and that kind of stuff. So if you do have an all range team, it's obviously better. But this was my first playthrough of the roadmap, so I didn't know whether there's going to be Walker or human stages that I was going to be going up against, so I went with a safer team. Because this team is super useful for Walkers and humans. So I'm not sure if the roadmap is going to play the same for everyone. I have no idea. I probably will. Because you see that one random Negan stage right there? I imagine that's going to be the same for everyone. And then the last stage for Act 3 is going to be the same with the full S-Class team. But I'm not sure if the rest of the stages and stuff are going to be the same. It's hard to tell. I think they probably will be, so you can go back, look to the video. Like I said, 22 stages in total. 6 for Act 1, and then 8 for Act 2 and 3. So just go back, count up the stages, because I'm definitely not going to put it into the video, because I'm too lazy. But you can go back and check. Each act has a different environment associated with it, so you can just look at, there's 3 different environments you'll see in the video as I go through all the stages. So just go through, look for the first gameplay with a certain environment, and then just count up each time I cut the video up. But overall, roadmap, I don't think is worth it. 150 whatever S-Class item is, it's not enough. It is just not enough, in my opinion. Maybe if you just don't care about the Michonne, maybe it's worth it. But even then, like, I think doing pulls might be better. I don't know. It's really hard to tell because like you don't know what the odds are gonna be like. Because obviously, everyone's in different buckets, I guess. So we don't know for sure. So it's really just hard to tell. But this is the last stage. 5 waves of walkers and then 1 wave of full S-Class team. And by the way, you can use battle items throughout the whole thing, so keep smelling salts on you. I think that's the best thing. And then that one grenade that does minus 50 defense to all enemies is super useful too. Forgot what it's called though. Those are really the only 2 items I really needed for this. So I recommend keeping those 2 things on you. Smelling salts probably aren't even super necessary, but like the only revive tune I have that I was using was Rick, and it's only his active skill. So if you have like Holly or something like that for your Guardian, you probably won't even need the smelling salts. But I also use those grenades that did 600 damage, which I mean I didn't really need to use it, but it would just speed it up a bit. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Did you guys go for this roadmap or not? What S-Class items are you guys going for? Like, what tunes are you trying for? Because I'm still going for my Priya. I'm waiting for another solo level up with 2,000 ice cream as rewards, and then I pretty much have her. I think I only need like 3,000 more or something like that. So I'm about to get my Priya. What are you guys going for? Did you guys go for the roadmap? Are you guys going for Michonne still? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Peace.